In this video, I want to talk about two different types of absolute value equations that we might need to solve. So let's start with the orange one. In this absolute value equation, we have to start by doing one thing before we take it out of the absolute value and say that it could be either positive or negative. First, we have to get the absolute value all by itself. So we always need to start with an absolute value equation that has the absolute value by itself on one side of the equation. In order to do this, we need to get rid of the plus 6 on this side. So the first thing that we need to do is subtract 6 from both sides. Now we have the absolute value of y is equal to 4. So now we can say, okay, something in the absolute value that's equal to positive 4 means that the stuff inside the absolute value is either equal to 4 or it's equal to negative 4. There's nothing else to do, so this is our answer. Y is equal to 4 or negative 4. Now let's take a look at the green equation. So in this green equation, things are getting a little bit more complicated, but the first step is still the same. We need to get the absolute value part by itself on one side of the equation. So we need to get rid of this plus 2. So we get rid of plus 2 by subtracting 2 from both sides. So the absolute value of 3 minus x is equal to 2. Now that we know that, we can say again to ourselves, something inside the absolute value that's equal to positive 2 means that the stuff inside the absolute value is either equal to 2 or it's equal to negative 2. Now we can solve these equations. So we might bring x to this side and 2 to this side. So adding x to both sides, and we would get 2 plus x is equal to 3. Subtracting 2 from both sides, we'll get x is equal to 1. Or we can move x over here again and add 2 to both sides. So we'll get 3 is equal to negative 2 plus x plus 2. So x is equal to 5. So in this case, the two possible solutions for x are either 1 or 5. So every absolute value equation, we start by getting the absolute value part by itself on one side of the equation. Then we let that part inside equal positive or negative of whatever it's equal to. And then we solve each equation separately. And that's how you solve an absolute value equation.